It's Wednesday, October 21st. I haven't ridden the Tiger probably in 3 or 4 weeks. Just had a whole lot of stuff going on through this period and finally coming out of it. Got a couple of fairly nice weather days here. This is Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weather's going to start turning, and Saturday sounds like a rain out, maybe Sunday, and Monday we might come out of it, so maybe next week sometime I can do some stuff again. My knee is feeling just a whole lot better. And of course I started thinking about other kinds of motorcycles, and I'm not thinking about getting rid of my Tiger by any means, but I'm kind of thinking, I know I've had some videos did before. I was thinking about some of Honda's mini motos, or just something I could kind of explore back roads and such with. And I sold my KLX 300, which I did that sort of thing with quite a while ago, and the reason I sold it was just hurting my knee too much to do that kind of riding. And I got the thing really dialed in well, and as a result I started riding faster than what I really felt comfortable that I should be doing. I mean, gosh, when I was younger, I was an A-level rider, and I rode very fast through really rough, nasty terrain, and I was starting to do a little bit of that again, and I decided I need to put the brakes on this. So as a result, I sold it to a guy that I think is going to, hopefully has really enjoyed it. I think he had the right attitude for it. But I'm thinking about, maybe exploring back roads a little bit again and getting on some rougher stuff again, but don't want to go back to the KLX 300. Been there, done that, and the bike was just a little more intense than what I really needed. A lot of people think it's mellow, but you know what? That KLX 300, if it's ridden by somebody with a high skill level, can compete with the KTMs and Betas and all sorts of things. You can do quite well on that bike. And yeah, you take high-level riders, equal skill, and they'll do better on their KTM or Alpha, but it still comes down to a rider more than anything else, how well you do. And the KLX was good enough that you could do some fairly serious competitive riding on that if you wanted to. Anyway, I'm not going back to a KLX 300. And there's a long time yet before I'll do anything, but just the way my mind works, I'm not thinking about mini motos so much anymore, but I'm thinking about Kawasaki's. Once again, a KLX, but the 230 this time. It's got a lower seat height, less power, and I think all that's a good thing for me. There's two versions of it now. It's kind of their Sherpa S, which has a 32 point something seat height, really low. And I sat on one of the KLX 230S's, not the Sherpa, a few days ago when Joline and I were coming back from the Bay Area. And I could just about flat foot that also. It's really kind of cool to think that I wouldn't have to do anything to lower a suspension. It's been so long since really almost never, that I haven't had to do some degree of that. So anyway, I don't know. The KLX 230 Sherpa S, and I think there's a KLX 230 they're calling the DF now, which may have replaced, I'm not sure, for 26, the KLX 230S, but I sat on I think it was 2025 KLX 230S. I really liked it. And one of the Sherpas would be interesting too. They're not all that light. They're a little bit lighter than the KLX 300, but not much. Thing is, they're a lot lower. It's going to have a lower center of gravity, be a little easier to get them upright. But I could lift up a KLX 300 also, so it wasn't like my Tiger that I so far have not been able to lift without using that moto winch or something like that. And I can lift them with my legs now. I can use that right knee and put some pressure on it, and I think I'm going to be able to lift a motorcycle a whole lot better than what I've been able to do for years now. So I'm thinking about that. But I still don't want to ride anywhere near as aggressively as I was starting to ride with that KLX 300. I didn't get any videos of myself when I was riding that way. Kind of a shame. Would have been fun to go back and look at them, but in fact, all the videos I took with the KLX 300, I was going pretty slow with it, but I was towards the end there really starting to pick up the pace and go a lot faster, and I don't really want to do that, which is why the lower powered 230 would have plenty of power, go as fast as what I would care to use a motorcycle like that for, and it'd still be a lot more capable than one of the Honda Mini Motos. And I can tell when I start feeling better, my knee is feeling better, and I start thinking about, oh, I kind of like to explore all those remote forest routes and such again, and so I'm thinking about it. Anyway, today what I'm doing, I haven't ridden in 3 or 4 weeks. I'm on the Tiger. I am going up WA Bar towards Gumboot Lake, which I've done many times, but I don't know how well it shows in the cameras, but we are in fall weather, and Joline and I, we were gone most of the last 3 or 4 weeks, and we missed peak colors through this section right here. It's still pretty, but the colors are much more dull than they would have been if we'd have been able to catch it the last few weeks. As I go higher, I think I'll get perhaps more into that peak color zone again. So I just want to see what it looks like up here. We are totally out of our tourist season now, so I don't expect to see many people, if any, up at Gumboot Lake. It's a Wednesday afternoon, so yeah, wouldn't expect to see much. So last time I rode the Tiger, everything was fine with it, and today I'm going to go ahead and hopefully finish the ride okay, but it's got the little wrench symbol in there acting like something needs servicing. So I'll have to track down what that's trying to tell me. I'll do that later when I get back after the ride. Well, I'm making this video the next day on Thursday, and I did get Tune ECU fired up, and I finally got it worked and cleared the wrench. The reason the wrench was up, I didn't realize. Time flies. I've had the bike over a year, and when I did the first oil change, I set 6,000 miles for the next, which I'm going to do it sooner, but or a year, and a year's gone by. Okay, so now here's the problem. With Tune ECU, you have to register it, license it, and my registration had expired. It had been a year, so I had to re-register that, and that took a little while to figure out. Then next, I wasn't getting anything to show on it, and I couldn't figure out why, and so I finally did some more YouTube searching, and realized, oh man, when I stopped the bike last time, I turned on the kill switch. So you gotta turn off the kill switch, and okay, well that helped. I still wasn't all the way home free because since I re-registered it, apparently it didn't save my Triumph Tiger in the Tune ECU registry somewhere online. And until I did that, it wouldn't show me all the parameters that I needed, including the reset service interval. So I did that too and finally got it working. But I think I said, I did a little video on Tune ECU quite some time ago, and I said, if you live near a Triumph dealer, probably just take it over there and pay them their $50 to let them do it. You know, it just takes a few minutes if they're all set up and they know how to do it. Tune ECU is kind of a pain. It does work, and it's a 4-hour drive for me over to my nearest Triumph dealer in Reno, Nevada, so it's worth it to me. But just keep that in mind if you try going the Tune ECU route. 61 degrees outside. So briefly back to this Kawasaki KLX 230 Sherpa S. I just got through watching and reading a review by Ari Henning with Revzilla, who is a very accomplished dirt and street bike rider both. He reviewed it, and he actually had a lot of fun on it. Liked it a lot better than he thought he would. And that's from a guy who's 5'11", 200 pounds, and his usual dirt bike is one of the 300cc two-strokes. He didn't say whether KTM or Husky or whatever, but had a lot of fun on it. Doesn't have a whole lot of suspension, but a huge amount more than one of the Honda Mini Motos, and he thought the suspension worked pretty well for him. Plush didn't bottom out on him, and that guy weighs a lot more than I do, so there you go. And as he put it, a good bike for a beginner or for maybe somebody over 65 that's slowing down a little bit and just wants something fun and easy to ride. Well, I'm well past 65, so okay, thank you, Aria. You just gave your seal of approval to it. If I could find like a held over 2025 or even 24, that's when they did some upgrades on the KLX 230S. I think one of those would be fine. And it would have a little more suspension travel, but I did sit on one, and man, I was almost flat-footing it. So the seat height's slightly higher, but it's got a soft enough suspension that even at my small size, it compresses out a bit, and your feet get down pretty comfortably. Which, if you're going to be poking around in gnarly forest routes, you want something that you're comfortable on, going slow and turn it around when you have to, whatever. Great thing about this Tiger, if you ride it in the winter, the heated grips and the heated seat and the wind protection. I rode this quite a few times last winter when it was in the 30s, and I did fine on it. It was comfortable. You get much colder than that, and I get worried about ice on the road and stuff like that, but still, this is a pretty good winter bike. So there's a reason why I've been married for over 45 years. When I looked at that little KLX 230S and sat on it, my wife told me later, says, I was really glad to see you showing some interest in stuff like that again. I was thinking you just totally given up on all that things, and there's a reason why we get along so well. So again, there's a good reason why I sold my KLX 300. I already talked about that, but and then the GSX, and I'm down to just one motorcycle, but I would not mind owning two if they were very different. And you know, something like that KLX 230 would be very, very different from this Tiger. A totally different scenario in which you would use it. Now, something else I'm doing again that I quit doing for quite a while because of the knee, once again, was riding my e-mountain bike on trails, and I've started doing that again, and I can actually ride and feel good afterwards. I'm loving it. So the new knee, oh gosh, I'm 6 months out from when I had it replaced, but at this point, I mean, it's still a little stiff and sore, but I'm loving it. At this point, I'm back to where I can do about everything I want to do. And that stiff and sore, I know from experience, you know, it could be a year, but at some point that's going to go away, and I'm just going to forget about it. Can't wait. And I'm at the Gumboot Campground, and in just a moment I'm going to see the lake. Don't see anybody here yet, but a lot of times go around the corner here on the right and you'll see someone. A little cold though for doing the water stuff, and most people that come out here, they like to swim and sit out by the water. Not seeing fall colors here, but it's almost all pine, fir, spruce, whatever, evergreen forest, so you wouldn't see the fall colors so much. A few bushes there.